What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the NarikChase channel. I'm your boy NarikChase, and in this video I want to make another addition to the Fallout 5 wishlist series, in which I'm talking about things I would like to see in Fallout 5, not counting Fallout 76, but the actual main entry. And this one is going to be, I believe, episode 16, in which I will elaborate a little bit more on Vault-Tec and what I want to see of them moving forward. Now, one of the biggest aspects of the Fallout mythos is the mysterious Vault-Tec corporation that is responsible for all the tech in the game, the vaults, many of the weapons, the robots, the handyman, the sentry bots, all of that's basically on Vault-Tec's list. They built everything from the vaults to the advanced weaponry to the robots. Who is, and these are like questions I would like to know because I do want them to go into more about Vault-Tec. Who is in charge of Vault-Tec? Are they still active? Where is the Vault-Tec main headquarters? How did they influence the war? Because it was kind of thrown out there they could have possibly actually influenced the war. And are there secret societies similar to the Institute, which I would like to see that. And it would answer a lot of questions about how there are still power armor, how there are still weapons being made, if Vault-Tec was actually still an active corporation, still kind of doing things behind the scenes, and to what end. There's also a long-running theory that the war was I'm sitting here going back to what I was saying. There's a long-running theory that the war was the result of Vault-Tec wanting to test out their experiments, which, of course, the Vaults weren't just actually there to protect people from the war. They actually were experimenting on people. And every time you go into a Vault, you can see about half the Vaults that you go to, you see some experiment run by Vault-Tec. Hell, there is even a Vault in Fallout. There was a Vault in Fallout 3 there where they were talking about how they were trying to test, like, use music to kind of give subliminal messages to people in one vault. In Fallout, I believe it's in another Fallout game, there was one where they intentionally had like this radiation leak to see how people would actually react to it. In Fallout 4, there's another vault where you realize that the active Vault 88, I think it was, where you actually kind of go into it, you see people doing stuff, like one of my favorite vaults because it was actually active. But there's another section of the vault that's actually cut off, and you go in there and you realize that Vault-Tec is up to some shady stuff. And there's even a vault that you get to actually modify and control, and you can actually run those experiments that Vault-Tec were actually trying to do. So there's a lot to Vault-Tec that meets the eye. This is one of the biggest mysteries of Fallout, and I think it will make for an interesting story to see them being brought into the spotlight. In the Resident Evil The Final Chapter movie, the Umbrella Corporation was responsible for unleashing the virus for both cleansing the planet and to work on the experience. Wouldn't this be the case for Fallout? That's an interesting point. Why not Vault-Tec actually just done all of this to start this war with the world and destroy most of humanity, only for them to want to rise to the top. They've already established in Fallout 4 that they have the technology to freeze themselves, so why not actually be the antagonist and say, hey, we're going to cleanse the world, and when everything blows over, we're gonna take over everything. Kind of makes sense. But guys, in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts about Vault-Tec in a potential Fallout 5 sequel. What would you like to see from them? Would you want them to be like the main adversaries? Would you want them to have an interesting story? Just give me your general thoughts, theories, and opinions about Vault-Tec being the potential antagonist for Fallout 5. As well as, guys, hitting that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on this channel. Catch you guys later.